right, so next match on the card, we have AJ Styles, the phenomenal one, versus Edge, his new persona. I don't even know what you call his new persona now. I think like another Messiah 2.0. I'm guessing with Damian Priest. Um, but yes, Edge did get the W on this one in a weird way. He did get the W. And Damian Priest was barred from ringside, so that was a good sight. So he wouldn't interfere with their match and everything. So this match, this rivalry is also as strong as the whole match with Cody Rhodes and um, Seth Rollins. And literally, this was also a pretty good match. It was close. It was as close as Rollins and Rhodes, honestly. Like, all this happened at, WrestleMania 38, saying like, yo, I can beat AJ Styles, which he did at WrestleMania 38. He did beat AJ Styles. And their rivalry leading up to this match was so good. It was like one of the best rivalries that Edge has ever done. I mean, besides the whole thing with John Cena. We're not going to forget that. That's also one of the top rivalries that he did. But in this day and age, like the 2022, yes, this is one of Edge's, rivalries besides, Randy Orton and, Seth Rollins and everything like that. So they did have a match before, this match, took in place. They said basically it was a match between Priest and Styles, and the winner of the match is, if AJ wins, he is, Damian Priest cannot be at ringside when the match is taking place, and AJ won the match, and he was barred from ringside, and Edge got furious as hell and barred, and basically said, he basically wanted him at ringside because he wanted to end his, he wanted Damian Priest to help him end his career, honestly. But, fast forwarding to now the start of the match, yes, AJ Styles was dominant throughout the whole entire match. Everything from, him, Edge basically getting his head, knocked repeatedly onto the whole announce table to when they started, as soon as the bell hit, he did a drop kick to Edge's face, throwing him to the barricade and everything, hitting him on the stairwell. Every little thing like that, this man was pissed off and fierce about. He wanted to end Edge so bad, so bad. Start of the match, he became dominant. He even did a springboard off the second rope and did a moonsault onto Edge too. And this man was like, you know what? Let me try to end this shit early. Obviously, he couldn't. Edge got him mid-jump and then threw him into the post and did everything he can to break his arm, honestly. Did everything he can. Submission hold, basically tried to break his arm in many ways, threw his face and his arm into the post. This man did submission moves. This man slammed his hand onto the metal steps. Everything Edge could think of to basically kind of end his not end, but more likely get him off of his balance to the point he only has one arm to wrestle with. And yes, his arm was hurting throughout that whole entire match. This man was doing everything in his power to do what he can. And after a while, AJ Styles was like, no more. You're not doing any more of this to me. I'm done. He basically had enough pain. I'm done with it. And this man caught him with the kick and kind of stunned him a bit. And then they both did a random ass crossbody, which, they were both kind of thinking the same exact shit at the wrong time. So yeah. And it was weird. They were both I got something for you, and they both said crossbody, and that was bad. Honestly, that was a little bit of a funny part. I'm not gonna hold you. They both did a crossbody at the same time, And then this, AJ Styles became dominant again in the match and try to, give him the 1, 2, 3 cover. Obviously, he obviously was going to kick out after like a kind of like a super kick to the face. Man tried to basically launch him off the top rope. Almost had him, maybe like at 2.5, and missed by like maybe 0.5 of a second. So, like I don't know. There after a while, they were just doing submission moves and everything, and just to I can get each other off of their game. And AJ, like, while Edge was like basically trying to break his arm, like AJ Styles was just trying to like basically damage his leg the best he can, which he did get him into a submission hold, but Edge was already way too close to the ropes anyway, so to the bottom rope, so he was definitely going to get the, break the submission anyway. After that, they're like both in confusion on what they should do. Like, I don't know. They're just thinking of ways to basically get each other off this game, to the point Edge was so dirty that this man basically was untying one of the rope cufflinks and basically trying to injure his head. Basically give AJ Styles a concussion, which obviously he did miss. And he slammed his own head into like the middle, ring post, which obviously that probably hurt him a lot. And then he did get him off of his balance, but AJ Styles didn't really counter off of that, and almost he basically did his spear to AJ Styles, and obviously that couldn't put him away because with top star athletes like AJ Styles, it takes more than one submission hold more than one finishing move to end, Styles. And at one point in the match, I thought it was almost over, but AJ Styles did do a Styles Clash on him, finally, but Edge kicked out of the move. He did kick out of his signature. And he was thinking, what more can I do to put this man away? I've tried everything. I threw him on the announce table. I threw him off the top rope. I did my Styles Clash. I've basically injured his right leg. He basically tried everything he could do in the book, and I think he had maybe 1 or 2 more moves that he can do. And when he was about to do like his move off the top rope, Damian Priest still came out at ringside, even though he was banned from ringside. I'm like, bruh, in my mind, I watched him like, aren't you banned? Why are you here? Why are you here? And this man still came. And thank God, the Prince, Finn Balor, came out and whooped this man's ass. He whooped Damian Priest's ass. Thank you for Finn Balor being there. Because honestly, if Finn wasn't there, he would have obviously probably made a DQ, then Edge would probably win by default, or AJ Styles would probably win by default. Or and basically Finn Balor whooped his ass, and then after a while AJ Styles was so close, and then a shadowy figure with a black hoodie came out of nowhere and basically took his arm and hit it over the top rope, making AJ Styles stumble, lose his balance, and make Edge basically put a sleeper on AJ Styles to win the match. And obviously, when I looked at the fit and I looked at the black hoodie and the pants and the boots, I'm like, this is Rhea Ripley. This is obviously Rhea Ripley. And let him know, yes, poof, it was Rhea Ripley becoming the third member of, I forgot what their team is called, or their whole thing. I forgot what the whole thing's called with Edge and, Rhea Ripley and Damian Priest. I forgot what the whole thing is called. But at the end, Edge did get the W and basically made AJ Styles go to sleep and knock the hell out too. And honestly, with the whole thing with Rhea Ripley being by Edge's side, this is a new path for basically a new path for Rhea Ripley. And I'm glad this is a new path. She still has the whole black, fit and everything wrestling gear, but her hair now is black. So this now is basically a new side of Rhea Ripley saying that I am done playing games. I am done being like basically kind of like a face of, for WWE for right now. I am now turning heel, which she just did, and she's done with Liv Morgan. Actually, no, not really done, because they did fight on Raw this past Monday, and I think it's probably not over yet. They probably have maybe like one or two matches before their whole thing is rivalry is done. But if I'm not, you know, overthinking this, I feel like if you think about it, that's like like Edge is like the Messiah 2.0. Like, yes, Seth Rollins was the Messiah. He was the first Messiah. He had Buddy Murphy, and he had I think AOP as well too. So yes, since they're they were the first Messiah, Edge, Rhea, and Damian Priest is like the new age of Messiah. So basically, Edge is like the Messiah, and then Rhea Ripley and Damian Priest is like their disciples. So that's like I said, that's like the Messiah 2.0. So with the whole suit and everything like that, basically trying to become like a bootleg Seth Rollins in a way. It's weird, but like I said, I really don't like the gimmick that they're kind of going for. Yes, it's kind of weird because you're basically you already did the Messiah already, but in the Thunderdome area, and you're kind of like having the same type gimmick but on a different person. And honestly, it fits, but at the same time it doesn't. It's weird to explain it, but it just doesn't fit all that much for me. But overall, he did get a dub on AJ Styles. I expected Edge to get a dub over AJ Styles again. It was too clean of a W for him to get it, so I fuck with that heavily. And I am glad that Rhea Ripley is now joining forces with Priest and Edge. So we'll see what them three have in store for us on WWE now, and maybe possibly, we have Damian Priest as United States champion or Intercontinental champion, and have Edge as maybe like the undisputed World Heavyweight champion, and we have Rhea Ripley as maybe a Raw or SmackDown champion. So we'll basically just see going on from now. But overall, what a great match to watch, and I loved it completely.